Om Sai Ram. My pranams to the viewers of Sai Shankara channel. In the last episode, I told you about the 3 steps of Dwaraka Mai, and you also had the darshan of those 3 steps in the last episode in the screen. As I told you, it is all a virtual tour of Dwaraka Mai. So whenever you get an opportunity, rather I should quote it as a blessing. Whenever you get the greatest blessing of visiting Shirdi, do visit Shirdi. See, don't plan like you can have a trip to Mumbai, like a picnic trip or a fun trip, and you combine it with Shirdi. Don't do that. You spend time with Baba, spend your whole time with Baba. You have to realize the greatness of Baba. Whenever you get such a greatest blessing of visiting Shirdi, go to Shirdi, go to Dwaraka Mai. So take these episodes. As I told you, after covering each and every place in Dwaraka Mai, I will give you all these places as a single episode. So you will have a glimpse of the entire Dwaraka Mai. So take that episode and see each and everything, observe each and everything, and just enjoy the nectar what Baba has given us. So today, as I told you in the last episode, when you climb those 3 steps of Dwaraka Mai, let us all imagine that we are climbing the holy steps of Dwaraka Mai, and those 3 gunas, the Sattva guna, Rajoguna and the Tamoguna. The Rajas, the Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. These 3 gunas. We have to pray to Baba to remove the 6 inner enemies from us. The lust, ego, jealousy, all these are inner enemies of a human. So let us pray to Baba that we have to be a good human in this Janma. In this birth, Baba has given us a beautiful birth. So let us all pray. By climbing the 3 steps of Dwaraka Mai, we should not have something called the next birth. You should never have cycles of births again and again. So let us pray that this should be the last birth, and with that thought, let us spend a beautiful time with Baba chanting his Nama and climbing the 3 steps of Dwaraka Mai. To your left side, you see something called Dhuni. The one you see now in the screen is called Dhuni. This was the fire lit by Baba. I already told you in the last episode. So, Baba, what he used to do is, see, everything in and around Shirdi has some beautiful meaning in it. So, let us take this Dhuni Mai. In our daily lives, you just think about this. We do a lot of mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly. We never know. We do something in an unknowing way also, we don't know. So, in that case, according to our Shastras, every single day we have to feed Agni, which is the fire. We have to feed the insects, probably the ants with sugar. We have to feed the cats and the dogs. Every single thing has a beautiful meaning in our Shastras. So, according to the Shastras, we are supposed to feed the Agni, the fire, daily. Is it possible for every human to feed the fire daily? No. So, Baba, he already knew in this Kali Yuga, it will be different for every person to feed the Agni, to feed the ants with sugar. So, what Baba did was, on behalf of all of us, he did that Agni Puja, which he called as Dhuni Puja daily. And this is being followed even today by the Sansthan people, where they do the Dhuni Puja daily in the morning. So, this is the greatness of the Dhuni. So that Dhuni, as I told you, he goes to the forest, collects wood, and he puts the logs of wood there, and he also, you tell it as Anna Ahuti, which means the cooked rice mixed with ghee. Baba even puts that into this Dhuni and he lights it, that only he called as Dhuni. So that Dhuni has a beautiful meaning. What is it? As I told you, when you see a fire, you put lots and lots into it. You put this wood, you put paper, you put ghee, everything you put into the fire. But still, the fire is unsatisfied, which means the fire of desire is within every human. We have too much of materialistic desires. We have to own a house, we have to get good wealth, we have to get good property here in India, abroad, etc. So we have too many desires. So what Baba says by this dhuni is, he says that dhuni should not be a fire of desire. Rather, it should be a fire of knowledge. Why? Because the ashes that he collected from the dhuni, he called it as udhi. That udhi, what is that? It is just an ash. The fire of desire is where it is always boundless. You, for example, some person gives you 10,000 bucks. What will you immediately think? Oh, he is very wealthy. Why can't he give us 1 lakh? If the same person gives you 1 lakh rupees, you will immediately think, oh, he could have given us 10 lakhs. This human wants and desires are unlimited. So Baba says that should be why he lit the dhuni was every person should possess something called the fire of knowledge. What is that knowledge? The knowledge is to realize God. That is what Baba meant. And by udhi, that is the ashes from the dhuni, what did he mean by that? See, in our lives, you think we are born. So when, for example, we are born, our parents distribute sweets to everybody, we celebrate, we even have a function at home, naming ceremony, etc. But the same you consider for the death. Will anybody be happy when someone dies? No. Why? Because we take the birth so happily, but the same person or the same family is not able to take the death so naturally or in a happy way. That is because we lose a person. We cannot talk to that person anymore in life. So, what does Baba mean? Every person should have the quality of taking this birth and death in the same way. Every person living in this world is worried about something called death. The fear of death keeps a person alive. Think about it. So, for example, we get some disease. Immediately we are worried if we will die. So, immediately going to the doctor, taking medicines, and all those, it keeps us alive. So, we have to have the quality of taking this birth and death equally. That is what Baba says. In this Janma, in this birth, we are born, and the end is going to be just an ash. Because after we die, everything is just going to turn into ashes only. So, Baba says, all your desires should be burnt and should be turned into ashes, and do not be worried about something called death. It is natural for every person. So, with that udhi, we have to apply this udhi, pray to Baba to give us all a healthy life, wherein the period we live in this earth, we should pray to Baba that Baba should enable all of us to chant only his nama. So, this is the significance of this dhuni mai and the udhi, that is the ashes he collected from the dhuni. And from there, what you do, just go straight and turn to your right. You see a wall in Dwaraka Mai. Even today in Shirdi, you can see that wall, and there they would have put a garland. Many of you will think, why is there a garland in the wall? Even today, that wall has miraculous powers. I can even say Baba is alive in that wall. Do you want to know how? Wait for that till the next episode. Until then, my humble pranams to the lotus feet of Sai Baba. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.